Hey guys, Todd Helms with the Eastmans Hunting Journals out here today to show you the how-to on field shooting positions with a rifle. While I've got you here, drop down, hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. 5 shooting positions, each with different fundamentals, but there's room for adaptation in your game. The most important thing is that you get out and you practice these. You're shooting prairie dogs or gophers or rock chucks from field shooting positions. So when that shot transitions to a big bull elk or a big mature mule deer buck, you can make the shot with 100% confidence. If you don't have prairie dogs, if you don't have live varmints to shoot at, shoot clay pigeons, shoot milk jugs, shoot something that is dynamic, that breaks when you hit it. Because when you can see your hits, it registers that you're doing the correct thing in your brain, and it instills confidence in that position. And rifle shooting in the field on game is all about confidence. All right, so the first and most accurate position that we're going to talk about is the prone position. Say I'm hunting through the field, I'm making a stalk on an animal, and I get to a shooting position. I know I can make the shot. It's within my effective range, so it's time. I'm gonna drop down. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna switch hands. But again, guys, this is just how I do it. Practice this, figure out the system that works for you. I'm gonna unclip my pack. I'm gonna sling this backpack off as I switch the rifle, and I'm going to lay it down on the ground because it's going to serve as the butt support for my rifle. The next thing I need to do is pop out my bipod legs. I also want these to be as tall as I can get them because I've got some grass that I'm gonna be dealing with here today. So the backpack is going to serve as my rear support for the butt of my rifle. The front support is my bipod. Now, all it is, there's lots of different ways to do this, guys. You gotta find what works for you. As I lay the rifle out and I get it set up about like where I want it, and it's pointed pretty much at my target. I can now get down, I'm gonna lay on this pack, and I'm gonna get everything comfortable, and we're gonna rack one in and squeeze off a round. So I'm down behind the gun. I like to be at a little bit of an angle behind the rifle. That's just my personal preference. Some guys want to be straight up and down and vertical. All right, I am on target. I am fully supported underneath this rifle. I need to slide that back so I can get a little more elevation. I'm gonna bring my left hand back underneath the butt of the rifle because what that's going to give me, I've got quick and easy elevation adjustment right here. If I need to come up in elevation, I can slide the hand forward and the butt of the rifle drops, raising the barrel. If I need to come down, I slide the hand back, raises the buttstock, drops the point of the barrel. I need to come up just a little bit, I slide. My feet are flat behind me, or maybe my toes are dug in to help lock me into the rifle because I want to load my bipods. My bipods need to have pressure going forward on them to be loaded. So I can push with my feet just a little bit. I've got the apex of a really dark kind of shady spot on the rock. Looks like a triangle. I'm going to shoot the very point of that apex. I'm very solid in this position. This is my most accurate field shooting position, and this is the one that I like the most for hunting. All right, here we go. I'm gonna shoot again. Well, that's 2 hits, 2 shots, 2 hits, exactly where I wanted to hit. This rifle is very accurate, and I can get the most out of this rifle's accuracy from this position. All right, so now it's time to get into the second most accurate field shooting position, in my opinion, which is the seated position. The vegetation or the terrain may be such that I can't shoot prone. I can't see what I'm trying to shoot at prone. So I'm gonna show you how I drop in to the seated position. I'm not the most flexible person in the world, so this may not be super graceful, but I get the job done. I'm shooting off shooting sticks this time. I'm gonna take a knee real quick, lay my sticks down, probably lay my rifle down, get my backpack off because I'm using my backpack as my rear support. All right, so I'm gonna sit on the ground. I got to get my shooting sticks dialed out here. This is the important part. The backpack is going to come underneath the butt of the rifle and work as my rear support. Again, I have 2 points of contact. In prone, where the butt of the rifle was supported and the front of the rifle was supported by the bipods. In the seated position, you can do a lot of different things with your legs. In this case, for me, it's most comfortable to have them out in front of my body, and I have a natural little bit left twist because I'm a right-handed shooter. My 2 points of contact, the buttstock on the backpack, the front end of the rifle on the shooting sticks. All right. I have about a 200-yard shot. I'm gonna put one in. We're gonna send it, see if I can hit the exact same spot. I think that'll work. I'm only comfortable to about 300 yards from this seated position. Again, if I can get my feet below me, I'm a lot more comfortable. When they're sticking straight out in front of me like they are right now, it's harder to get steady on that rifle. But your fundamentals for this are 2 points of contact. I'm squeezing the backpack in as it's supporting the butt of the rifle, and I've got my front of my rifle supported by shooting sticks. And I can go up and down on these swaggers if I need to. But I'll guarantee you right there, that was a bull out. He's toast, he's money.
Good shot, good job. He's down.
All right, so position number 3 is kneeling. It is the third most accurate because, like I said, we're getting higher off the ground now. Again, we're going to maintain the fundamentals of 2 points of contact. The rear of the rifle is supported and the front of the rifle is supported. Now, this one's a little different because I'm going to use my elbow on this knee, locked in here, bone on bone, if you will, to aid in the middle support of the rifle, to kind of bridge the front to rear. The buttstock of the rifle is not going to be supported with the pack this time. It's going to be against my shoulder in the shoulder pocket, and I'm going to be squeezing it in with the pack, resting my elbow on the pack. So that's why it's important that I have this elbow locked in here, because then I have a triangle of support. That's going to help me maintain some accuracy out of this position. All right, let's get in. Same thing as sitting. I'm gonna put the rifle in the sticks, supported with my left hand. It's in. I'm gonna lock in that elbow on that knee. I'm gonna pull this pack in tight to my body, get as solid a rest as I can possibly get. Let's send one. So position number 4 is the standing position. It is the 4th most accurate as well, because we're a long ways off the ground now. The thing that I try to always do, and what separates standing from freehand, is that I always try to get supported. Now, there's some really great products out there that will help you aid in a standing shot. You think, well, if you're going to shoot off a support, why not get prone or why not get kneeling? Because you might not be able to. Your target may be at an angle that you cannot get lower. You have to stay high. There may be brush in the way. There may be trees. There's a variety of reasons why you may need to shoot supported standing. Right here, I've got a handy dandy boulder. You always want to be looking for things as you're hunting through. If you're making a stalk on an animal, or if you're getting set up on an animal to take a shot, look around you, take the extra time, look around you. If you can get a natural support that gets you a rock solid rest, do it. I'm going to use my bipods this time to help me rest on this rock. Here we go. put 3 shots on target in a vital zone on an animal. Pretty happy with that shooting. I've practiced this stuff a lot. The whole point of it is to practice enough to become proficient. Proficiency for me is 80%, 90% in a vital size area or smaller than a vital size area. My 5th field shooting position is freehand. This is by far the least accurate position. And you may be asking, well, why are you showing it then? Because it has its uses. If you're working in on an animal and it surprises you or it pops up at very close range, you won't have time maybe to get in another field shooting position. So being proficient in the freehand position is important. You may use it to finish off a wounded animal. You may need to take a quick shot in dense cover. The point is, guys, there's lots of opportunity in the field to still use the freehand position. Is it ideal? No. Is it necessary to be good at? Yes, because it's going to also make you a better shot overall, because it's going to require you to be good with your trigger squeeze and good with your breathing. Now, there's a trick to freehand shooting that I learned years ago. The first thing is I want a good athletic stance. So I'm going to always try to place the target off the, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to always try to place the target off the toe of my right foot, kind of like a golf stance. But I'm in a nice athletic stance. The weight of my body is kind of on my toes. For you guys that do a lot of wing shooting, a lot of shooting with a shotgun, this is going to be very natural to you. The mount of the rifle, if everything's right, the crosshairs should be right in your eye. Now, I do not try to hold my crosshair dead steady on what I'm trying to shoot. I try to get it to cover that very small spot that I'm shooting. I come up from underneath, so I'm raising the rifle. As I'm raising the rifle into my sight picture, I'm coming up. I'm hovering over the spot I want to shoot from the bottom up, and as I'm hovering, I squeeze the trigger. Again, for me, it's kind of like a ballpoint pen. Click, click. That's how I squeeze the trigger in freehand positions where I want complete control over that trigger. I've got a rock at about 50. I'm not much good with freehand past 100 yards. It's really hard to maintain good accuracy out there because I'm unsupported and I'm the highest from the ground that I'm going to get right now. My safety is on. Because I'm in thick timber and I'm anticipating a quick shot, I do have a round chambered. Most of the time out west, I don't chamber a round of my rifles until I'm really ready to shoot. All right, I'm walking. There's the bull, he stands. Let's put another one. That's it. Target is not very far away, but I'm not going to take a freehand shot at a long distance either. All right, so a real quick tip for you. Always dial your scope magnification back to its lowest setting. That's going to give you the most field of view, so it's going to be easy to acquire your target, and we need all the help we can get with freehand because it's kind of wobbly. The lowest magnification setting on your scope is the most steady as well. It's going to help instill confidence. Again, practice these on clay pigeons. Man, if you can hit a clay pigeon at 50 yards, 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 times, you're a pretty good freehand shot. Bump that out to 100, you do it 8 out of 10 times, give me a call because that's pretty good shooting. So thanks for checking us out on this YouTube video. I hope it really helps. Make sure that you drop down and mash that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up so you get notifications every time that we release something and you get all that great Eastmans content headed your way. Check us out on all of our social media feeds, guys. We're all over Instagram, we're all over Facebook, and we've got a bunch of podcasts now too. That Eastman's Elevated podcast is rocking. Make sure you're checking that out with Brian Barney. Thanks for joining us today. Until next time, we'll see you in the field.